You settle into your seat, the cart rolls down the aisle, and you do what everybody does. You grab a soda, a little bag of salty snacks, maybe a coffee, maybe a drink to take the edge off. It feels harmless. It feels like a treat. But here is what almost nobody tells you. At 35,000 feet, your body is not the same body it is on the ground. The low pressure, the incredibly dry air, even the plane's own water tanks all change how food and drink affect you. Some things that are completely fine on the ground will quietly turn against you in the air. So today, the 5 foods and drinks you should never have on a flight, and the real reason why each one is working against you.
Number 1. Carbonated drinks.
The soda, the sparkling water, the fizzy stuff that seems so refreshing when the cart comes by. Here is the problem, and it is pure physics. The cabin of an airplane is pressurized, but not all the way to ground level. At cruising altitude, the pressure inside the cabin is closer to what you would feel on top of a tall mountain, around 6,000 to 8,000 feet up. And when the pressure around you drops, any gas trapped inside your body expands. There is already gas in your stomach and intestines, and at altitude, that gas swells up by around 1/4 to 1/3 more than it would on the ground. Now add a fizzy drink, which is nothing but liquid packed full of carbon dioxide gas. You are pouring extra gas into a system that is already expanding. The result is bloating, pressure, and real discomfort in your gut. The puffy, tight, uncomfortable feeling that ruins a long flight. So skip the carbonation. Reach for still water, or juice, or anything without the bubbles, and your stomach will thank you for hours.
Number 2. Beans and gassy vegetables.
This is the same trap as the soda, but coming from the food side. Foods like beans, lentils, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, and raw onions are famous for one thing. They produce a lot of gas as your body digests them. On the ground, that is a minor annoyance. In the air, with the cabin pressure low and any gas in your gut already expanding, those foods become a recipe for misery. You are creating extra gas in a body that is already inflating it. People call it jet bloat, and it is exactly what it sounds like. A tight, swollen, cramped belly that builds slowly over the flight and makes you squirm in your seat. So that healthy-looking bean salad or the broccoli side might feel like the smart choice, but in the air, it is one of the worst things you can eat. Save the beans and the cruciferous vegetables for after you land. In the air, go for foods that are easy to digest, like fruit, rice, or lean protein, and you will stay comfortable.
Number 3.
Salty snacks and fast food. This one is sneaky because the airplane is practically designed to trick you into eating too much salt. Here is the science. The combination of low pressure, dry air, and the loud drone of the engines actually dulls your sense of taste while you fly. Studies have found your ability to taste salty and sweet flavors drops by around 1/3 in the air. That blander food you have noticed on planes is not your imagination. It is your taste buds being suppressed. And because everything tastes flat, food companies and airlines pump airplane food and snacks full of extra salt and sugar so you can taste them at all. So you sit there eating heavily salted chips, pretzels, and processed meals, and because you can barely taste the salt, you keep eating. Now, here is why that matters. The cabin air is incredibly dry, often drier than a desert, with humidity down around 10 to 20%. That dryness is already pulling water out of you. Pile on a huge load of salt, and your body holds on to water and swells. Combine that with sitting still for hours, and you get the puffy, swollen feet and ankles that so many people notice after a flight. So go easy on the salty snacks and the greasy fast food you carried on board. Choose lighter, fresher options, and drink plenty of water to fight the dryness. If these are already making you rethink your usual flight routine, take 1 second and subscribe, because the next 2 are the ones the cabin crew themselves are the most careful about.
Number 4.
Alcohol. That drink to relax, to celebrate, or to help you sleep on a long flight feels like a good idea. But alcohol hits differently in the air, and not in a good way. Start with the dryness again. Alcohol is a diuretic, which means it pulls even more water out of your body, and you are already in one of the driest environments you will ever sit in. so a couple of drinks at altitude dehydrate you far faster than the same drinks on the ground, leaving you with a pounding headache, fatigue, and a much worse case of jet lag when you land. But it goes deeper than dehydration. Recent research found that when you drink alcohol and then fall asleep at cabin altitude, your blood oxygen level drops lower and your heart rate climbs higher than normal. In other words, the combination of alcohol, thin cabin air, and sleep puts real extra strain on your heart, especially on long overnight flights. And of course, the lower oxygen and dry air can make you feel the effects of alcohol more strongly than you expect, so that second drink hits harder than you planned. If you want to land feeling human, go easy and match every alcoholic drink with a big glass of water. Number 5. And this is the one that surprises people the most: the airplane coffee and tea. Not because of caffeine, though caffeine is a diuretic too and adds to the dryness. The real reason is the water it is made from. The coffee and tea served on a plane are made with hot water that comes from the aircraft's onboard water tanks, the same tanks that sit in the plane and get refilled over and over. And here is the uncomfortable truth. Studies and inspections over the years have repeatedly found that the water in those tanks is not always clean. Tests have turned up bacteria in the water on a significant share of aircraft, including the kinds of bacteria that signal contamination. The tanks are difficult to clean and are not cleaned nearly as often as you would hope. This is exactly why so many experienced flight attendants quietly tell you the same thing, that they personally never drink the coffee or the tea on board, and they will not make it for their own families either. The boiling does not reliably make it safe. So if you want your caffeine fix in the air, stick to drinks that come sealed. A canned soda is at least clean. Or better yet, bring your own bottled water. And whatever you do, avoid drinking the tap water in the airplane bathroom, which comes from those very same tanks. Get your coffee in the terminal before you board, and skip the pot in the sky. So let's put it all together. Because once you understand why these 5 are a problem, the fix is simple. The cabin is low pressure and bone dry, and that one fact explains almost everything. Skip the carbonated drinks and the gassy foods, because gas expands when the pressure drops and bloats you up. Go easy on the salt and the greasy food, because the dry air dehydrates you and the hidden salt makes you swell, all while your dulled taste buds trick you into eating more of it. Take it slow with the alcohol, because it dries you out even faster and strains your heart at altitude. And leave the airplane coffee and tea alone, because of what is really sitting in those water tanks. Do the opposite of all of this. Drink still water, eat light and fresh, lay off the salt and the booze, and bring your own sealed drinks. Do that, and you will step off the plane feeling clear-headed and comfortable, while everyone around you is bloated, swollen, dehydrated, and wondering why flying always makes them feel so terrible. Now you know the secret. It was never the flight. It was the food. Subscribe, because next I am revealing the foods and tricks that actually help you beat jet lag and land feeling great. The ones frequent flyers swear by. Until then, choose wisely up there and enjoy the flight.